Good Sunday morning, friends and neighbors, and welcome to Real Estate Radio with Kelly Warren and Associates. Friends, this is where the Valley's favorite real estate agent comes to tell you everything you need to know about buying or selling your home. Now, here are your hosts this morning, Kelly Warren and Jim Warren.
Good morning and welcome to Real Estate Radio with Kelly Warren and Associates, where we are here to talk about real estate right here in the Mahoning Valley. I am Kelly Warren, and as usual, I'm in the studio this morning with Handsome Jim.
The original.
Right, not to be confused with Handsome or Younger Jim. He's not here.
Whatever.
So,
Whatever.
So just Handsome Jim today. If you're looking to do some real estate business this fall and you're thinking about buying, selling, investing in real estate, we would love to help you out with that. You can always get a hold of us by calling 330-717-2689 or visit us online at kellysoldit.com.
kellysoldit.com.
All right,
We're
Jim.
right back in the swing of things.
Okay,
I'm like a professional.
He knows what he's doing. He's trained. I'm not going to have to trade him in for Handsome or Younger.
Right. Hold on. Are you saying that you've trained me?
Mm.
I don't know if I like the way that sounds. It's been like 20 some years.
You know what? I was reading on Facebook, a friend of mine said like a product that she buys, the packaging changed, and she's like, my husband will have no idea how to go buy this now. Like, I'm going to have to retrain him what he's looking for. So,
That's
yes, I guess I'll admit it for all womankind, we trained you.
Whatever.
So, easier for me to keep you at this time than to trade another one.
Yeah, it probably is.
So, how was your week? Because we didn't get to spend much time together this week.
It wasn't bad.
Okay.
It wasn't bad. It was, I do my best to stay on top of things, but I'm not as skilled as you when it comes to, running the office.
Yeah.
So I did some signs and stuff, and
I was out of the office a little bit this week. My Dodo, my grandmother, had surgery, a little procedure down in South Carolina, and so we drove down to visit and help out, and so I got the whole drive across the eastern, not really the coast.
Hold on.
Tell me where I'm driving, because I'm geographically
Yeah,
incorrect.
I was gonna say, like,
so
you
through the mountains. I was driving through mountains. That's right.
She drove from here to South Carolina.
Okay, I got this.
She doesn't know where that is. She just knows she got there.
Ohio, Pennsylvania, Virginia, West Virginia, then Virginia, then North Carolina, South Carolina. I got it. I did all that. One day there, one day back.
If I showed you a map, would you know where those are?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So.
Do you know where Canada is?
Yes. All right, we're not talking about my geographical skills. I know where everywhere in Mahoning and Trumbull and Columbiana counties are.
Yes,
I can tell you that. Every street, every zip code. I know them, folks. So the rest of the country, I'm not too worried about. My point in all this is that as we're welcoming fall locally, I love this season, but it is so short-lived.
That had to be such a beautiful drive.
So I was telling my dad on the way down, like the leaves were still pretty green, and I was like, they almost turn overnight, and then they almost fall the next day. Like, it seems like as quick as it happens, it goes by so fast. So then on the drive home a few days later, the colors were changed. So
yeah.
Just like that.
So you got the right week to do that.
Yes,
That's
it was beautiful.
Good. I'm happy for you.
Yes. So then I thought about you out in your sign van drive.
See, that's why I like it, because I get to see how beautiful the valley is. I get to drive past the cornfields when they're all green, and now they're all brown, and I love that. Like, I think that's so cool. So.
When they're cut and brown and changing, when they cut them down, which if they haven't yet, they will be any day. I think our season started later because all the rain in the spring, but then you can see how expansive the land is,
Right.
So I do like that too.
Yeah. So I think it's really cool. I love seeing the fields. I love driving around the entire valley. And it's not even like out in the fields. Like, you go through the city and the parks and the beautiful colors that come across there. Like, it just blows my mind how gorgeous this valley is.
Yeah, we're pretty blessed for not being in not being
by
the ocean or by any, major attraction or whatever. We have such a beautiful area.
Yeah, like, we've even been to, like, so South Carolina, for example, like, yeah, cool, they have an ocean, but if you're not next to the ocean, it's pretty boring. Like, there's palm trees, but then nothing else. Like, there's not really any other things.
I mean, there's the oceans.
Yeah, but like if you're in South Carolina, like to be on the ocean, there's only so many places, and
Yeah.
like even like if you're in Myrtle Beach, you're like away from the ocean, doing like the shops and
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Broadway at the beach and all that stuff that's not on the ocean.
Mhm.
So, that's all. And like Arizona, like we've been to like Phoenix, and Phoenix is just desert. So
Yeah.
again, the only different things other than sand and dirt is cactus.
Yeah.
So, although don't get me wrong, when we went up to Flagstaff, and where'd your one cousin live up there? Was that Flagstaff?
Yeah.
That was very pretty, like the
You
different
know what?
colors of the rock, but it never changes. So eventually, at some point, you're like, okay, enough's enough. Like,
Yeah.
where we get to change throughout the year. So I
So
like that.
in like April and May this year, a couple months ago, I had to go down to South Carolina for work, and I had to go to New York City to meet Barbara Corcoran for a meeting with her. And it was right as leaves were blooming and birds were chirping and stuff like that right here. And I taped a little 1-minute video in each place, like 1 minute at the beach, 1 minute standing at Times Square, and 1 minute like on my back patio.
Yeah.
And honestly, I would pick the back patio.
Right, right.
Like without the kids screaming and life and work and everything around it happening, just that 1 minute in time. Like it was a pretty nice minute,
Well, in South Carolina, like sometimes the beach is cold.
Yeah.
So, and I think you were down there at the cold time
Yeah.
when you were down there. So, cool.
True. All right, so
Wow.
this is going to be our Halloween edition. We're going to talk about some safety tips for your house and some trick-or-treating and different local times and all that kind of good stuff. But before we do, I know these folks cannot see you. For the replay, can you turn and smile at the camera? Jim is growing something on his face. I don't know what it is. Everyone at the office is dying over what are you doing?
This is part of my Halloween costume.
That's all he keeps telling us. So do you want to let the listeners know what your costume is? I don't know what it is.
I'm going to be the quarterback for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Minshew?
Minshew? Okay.
Yeah, something like that.
Our younger, handsomer Jim is slightly obsessed with this weird football player.
Yeah, because of his cool mustache, and that's why I'm growing it.
Okay, so other than the mustache that you're capable of growing, what other features do you have in common with Minshew?
Features nothing. Like, he has beautiful hair and I'm bald. He has, he works out.
Built like a football player.
Right,
yeah,
right.
Okay. So
I eat like a football player.
okay.
Doesn't that count?
All right.
So I just need a jersey and maybe a wig. I'll be fine.
I've been wondering because
It'll be quick and easy and cheap for me to do this.
so one of our coworkers is having a Halloween party, so we're looking forward to going to this. And I have been researching couples costumes for the two of us. I'm having no luck finding anything creative and fun. Hey listeners, if you have a great couples costume, you can go ahead and email that to us. Ask Kelly at kellysolda.com. But Jim started growing this thing on his face, and
hold on. I'm not really into Halloween. It's not really
Okay.
my thing. So I don't really like to put a lot into it.
all right, you do you.
Some people really get into Halloween.
Yeah, some people do. Okay.
I appreciate the All Hallowed Saints Day,
Yep.
which is the meaning for the holiday.
Oh, look
I don't
at you.
I don't like all this scary stuff.
Okay.
It's not my cup of tea.
All right, so let's talk trick-or-treating.
Okay.
Okay, you ready for that?
Yeah.
So
Not it. I'm not gonna do it.
we actually did have a listener write in. Joan from Liberty wants to know, as a homeowner, are there things that I should be doing to prepare my home for trick or treat? She sent in this whole long email. It's just a sentence that I pulled out of it.
Okay.
But she, with times changing and things like that, it sounded like she had fond memories of doing this with her children, and she's been in the same house for years. But sounds like she wants to know, in today's day and age, is there anything that she should do to prepare her house or herself? And I thought it was a great question. I never looked at that from a real estate side.
Yeah.
So I have some trick-or-treat times and stuff here. But so what would you say, Jim, as far as what somebody should be doing around their house for trick-or-treat?
Listen, obviously make sure the walkways are clear. You're going to have people coming up and down. The kids will come up through your yard, through your driveway, like everywhere. So just make sure it's clear and no tripping hazards or anything like that. But if it were me, I would just put out a bowl of candy with a note, and on the bottom say, "When it's gone, it's gone. Sorry."
I was gonna do. We're the worst.
I'm like Mr. Grinch for Halloween.
He's Mr. Grinch for every holiday. Okay, so we have that doorbell. I know that they're popular. Everybody in the world's starting to get them
With
now
the
that you can see, right? So I was gonna do the basket of candy at the front door and do the like, take one, smile, we're watching you, you know, so that you don't have that punk bully kid come and take
That's
the whole
so boring.
basket. So
No, then I can just watch when it's gone. Then you'll turn off the light.
Oh. So you're going to be home,
I'm waiting
not standing outside past.
I'm waiting for the one kid to take it all so I can turn off the light.
Okay.
I hope it's the first kid.
You could do I think you can like live watch it and talk through it. So
I can.
Then you'd be like, hey, put that back. Jim's going to have way too much fun with
I
this
know.
year.
I'm going to be in trouble.
Oh, the laziest trick-or-treaters on the block. My suggestions for you, Joan, would be lights on. You know, you want the house to be well lit and everything so that the children don't trip and feel safe and all that kind of stuff. And for you as well, to your safety and everything. What we've done in years past is gone to my sister's house or whatever so that there's been a group of us. So maybe you're not home alone passing out candy. Maybe you do have, a friend or a child or somebody home with you to, the buddy system.
Yeah.
And then, like Jim said, I did think that was a good idea. Make sure that the walkways are open, so no sticks and leaves and debris as things fall there. Any other suggestions for people on that?
I mean, it's really, there's not a lot. Like, if you're going to do, like I've seen people do, like, those big displays and stuff like that.
Oh my gosh,
that's fun. I remember as a kid.
Is that what she's asking? Do we decorate for Halloween?
Some people do. So, I remember when I was a kid, we lived in Leavittsburg. There was this one house, my buddy's family lived there, and they did it up. And I remember walking to their house, trick-or-treating, and in the front yard they had these graves that they would open up, and me and my cousin we freaked out. That's probably why I don't like Halloween. I'm afraid of it.
All right, so I've got some trick-or-treat times for listeners if you're wondering what's going on in your neighborhood and when you can expect all this craziness to happen.
There's got to be so many.
Well, I'm not going to read every single one. I'm going to give a little recap here. So Columbiana County, all of Columbiana County except for Rogers Village. Rogers Village was yesterday, Saturday. Everywhere else is on Halloween Day, which is Thursday, the 31st.
Okay.
And mostly they are 5 to 7, 6 to 8. Minerva, for some reason, is starting at 4:30. Everybody else in that 5 to 7, 6 to 8 range. So you can hop online or grab your local paper and see specifically what time your neighborhood is, but you can expect this to go down on Thursday unless you're in Rogers. East Palestine, did you know this?
No, what?
They do a parade on Halloween.
Oh, really?
How fun is that? I want to go there.
That's cool. Yeah, that sounds neat.
East Palestine trick or treats 5:30 to 7, followed by the parade at 7:30.
Ooh, so it's even in the dark. It can be really cool.
I have no idea. Like, is it the trick or treaters? Is it businesses? I don't know where or what this parade is. I've never been to it, but I suddenly like East Palestine even more right now.
Yeah, that's cool. So hold on. Let me tell you about parades. I've been to one parade in my life that I was afraid that I went to.
What are you talking
It was in the Caribbean.
Oh boy, you can't talk about that on the radio.
Listen, it was before. It was like before Mardi Gras, before. Mardi Gras season.
I know what you're talking about. I can remember this. Yes.
Like it was a parade that was interesting.
They were celebrating.
We were on a cruise.
Reproductivity. So I don't know that that's a proper word, but if you can imagine.
Yeah, it got crazy. Okay, we better not talk about it.
Anyway, but you know what? You were at a wonderful parade at Disney World.
That parade I loved because
you had like the parental tear in your eye. Yes, it was like, for families with young children, you spend so much money to go to Disney
There's
World.
only 2 places in the entire world that I've been that are better in real life than they are on TV. And those 2 places are Disney World, because of how well they took care of my babies. Like, I loved it. Jimmy was so little and just they embraced the world for him, like him and Joey, and I just thought it was the coolest thing ever. The other place is New York City. And I'm not really a fan of New York City because it's way too crazy. But however, it is so much cooler in real life than it is on TV, because Times Square, you see the ball drop and all that stuff, but then there's two of them. It's like Times Square is huge and you don't realize it. You can only see half of it on TV. And it's twice as big as what you can see on TV. And on TV, it looks crazy.
All right, so recapping, Jim thinks Halloween parades are good, Disney World parades are good, island parades,
I thought it was fine, but I definitely would not take my children to it.
Okay, trick-or-treat times. Back to the business here.
Okay, sorry.
Mahoning County, Thursday, trick-or-treat, or Halloween day. Mostly, again, from that 5 to 7, 6 to 8 range. Well, actually, almost all of them are 5 to 7. There's just a couple that are a little bit different. But two cool things. Green Township has costume judging at the fire station at 6:30.
Cool.
And Sebring has a parade at 7:15. So I did not know these little. I know we're gonna have to put this on our list to start going to these other places. Parades. All right, Trumbull County, real quick. Also, all on Thursday in that same 5 to 7, 6 to 8 range. Southington has it at the gazebo, and Warren City had a parade yesterday. So, okay,
really?
Yeah, we missed it. So we're gonna have to start going to that. All right, so if you're thinking about real estate and you're thinking, I want to sell my house for Halloween, that would be a great treat. You need to give us a call at 330-717-2689 or online at kellysolda.com. We'll be right back after this break. Welcome back to Real Estate Radio with Kelly Warren and Associates, where I'm in the studio with Handsome Jim, and we are talking about trick-or-treat and Halloween parades.
kellysolda.com.
Okay, kellysolda.com is not having a Halloween parade this year. I don't know if Jim's following along. But you know what? So on the break, I thought about one more parade that I love.
Oh, which one?
The little elementary school parades.
All the kids do their
Yes,
parades.
And we go to one more this week, and that's our last one.
Our last one.
Yeah. Are you going to go with me?
No.
Jim only goes every once in a while. I have been to every single one of them. That's actually one of the things that I love about selling real estate. It was my goal when I was having children to work a job where I could leave for things like the Halloween parade, that I didn't have to be stuck at a desk missing things like that.
Yep.
So, last one.
It is our last one. I might go. We'll see.
All right. Jim might go.
Depends what the weather's like. What day is it? When is it?
Thursday. It's on Halloween.
Oh, next Thursday?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
or this Thursday. Yeah. Okay.
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 All right.
Okay.
So anyway.
I'll check the weather.
Okay.
I'm horrible. My poor baby is gonna remember Dad never showed up to
Dad
anything.
was not there. Yes, Dad was lazy. If the weather was okay, he would be there.
Right. I'm a fair weather dad. Like a
Whatever.
fair weather golfer. Same thing.
Oh my God, I can't. All right, so home picks of the week. We have two super amazing houses, and I can't wait to tell you about mine.
Before we talk about the houses,
What?
I wanted to say one more thing.
What?
I think I'm finally done with the website.
Oh, okay.
kellysolda.com.
Okay.
So we technically have two websites. We have Kelly Warren and Associates and kellysolda.com. kellysolda.com always fed into Kelly Warren and Associates. Well, now we have our own kellysolda.com website, and I like it. I think it's...
We've always had our own. But,
yeah,
okay.
but like the...
So Jim revamped it.
Yeah,
so.
I revamped it. I mean, normal people, just go to kellysolda.com and you'll see.
Being a little nerdy today.
I am. I'm geeking out on our website.
So go check out Jim's new and improved
It took,
website.
like, you guys have been listening. It's taken me like a month to get through this thing.
Okay, we're so proud of you. Thank you.
It was tough. Like,
Yeah.
I had to
It
go
does
back
look
and
good,
forth
though,
with
I
the
do have to
company.
say.
Do you like it?
Yeah.
Good. I'm glad.
Okay, there's your compliment for the day.
Cool.
All right. Home
Everybody
picks
remember
of the
that. I
week.
don't get many of those. Remember, Cal complimented me. It's on record now, so
Okay.
you'll never be able to deny it.
Jim, what's your home pick of the week?
Oh, I forgot we're working. Okay. So my home pick of the week. Now, bear with me. You gotta let me get through this one. You always jump in.
Okay.
This one is 293 St. Andrews in Cortland, Ohio.
And their trick or treats from 6 to 8 on Thursday. In case you're wondering.
You interrupted me.
Keep going. We're
Okay.
just having a
6 to 8?
conversation about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. The asking price is $275. That's actually a great price for that neighborhood.
Well, when you hear everything the house has, it's certainly a good price.
Yeah. So it's the original owner. It was built in 2006, so it's only 15 years old.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. It has 3 bedrooms and 3 baths. Here, oh man, I meant to not give you the address. I was just gonna say, this house is located on the 16th hole at Walnut Run Golf Course.
So you were just going to tell the listeners
Yeah,
that.
go
and
there
then
and you'll
address.
find it. Right.
So can your Fancy Pants website find, like if I type in Walnut Run 16th hole, can you find it?
I have no idea.
I don't know either, so you
I'm
better
gonna
tell
find
me
out.
that.
I'm gonna call the website company and be like, listen, you gotta put this on a golf course.
Okay.
So it is a 2,700 square foot ranch. Do you realize how big that is?
I do. That sounds wonderful.
That is huge. Like, that's big for a ranch. It's got, again, 3 bedrooms, 3 baths, says it here. It's got like an open type of concept, like an open feel. Like, you know, opens from kitchen to the next room and stuff like that. So it's real nice.
Those are great for holidays and parties and entertaining.
Yeah. So it's really cool. It has a home warranty. Oh, that's fancy.
Oh, look at Jim. Attached garage, Cortland Schools. Like this is a really fantastic
Is
house
this
to be,
3-car
especially
garage?
if you are a fan of golfing or golf life or just watching that kind of park-like setting from your backyard.
Listen, we don't have a lot of places that have really cool views. I mean, don't get me wrong, everywhere's a really cool view. Like our backyard was a normal backyard view. But to have a golf course view, like there's only so many of those.
What I love about
And
those
I think that's really
neighborhoods,
cool.
like everybody owns a little golf cart and then they go like drive down and visit Sally and like, you know, like take their little golf cart down the street. So that's fun.
I'm not that hip.
No.
No, I'm not.
Are you ready for my house? Did
Well,
you give us a price?
Hold on.
Oh, he's still talking.
It has. I told you to hold on.
Sorry.
I'm gonna try and get through this one. It has a partially finished basement also.
Fantastic.
So not only is it a 2,700 square foot ranch, it has a huge basement,
Okay.
and part of it's finished.
New on the market.
New on the market.
What was it? 293 St. Andrews?
293 St. Andrews, Cortland, Ohio 44410.
You can find that online at Jim's New and Improved, kellysoldit.com.
kellysoldit.com.
All right.
Perfect.
My house can also be found on kellysoldit.com.
The
I'm
new,
super excited
the
about
new
this
and
one.
approved
Okay.
Jim's kellysoldit.com.
Okay.
No, wait, not Jim's.
Just
Okay.
go to kellysoldit.com.
Yeah.
All right. 860 Sawgrass.
Yes.
Do you know where this is?
No.
This is in the woods at Avalon Lakes.
Ooh, I do know where that's at.
Okay. So this development has a pool, a clubhouse, tennis courts, all that. And it's right by Avalon Country Club, which has the golf course and all that.
Do you know
So-
they just did a lot of work there?
Yes. Did you see the Roman bath?
Yes, it looks amazing.
Yeah.
Go ahead, I'm sorry,
They've
I'll-
been working over there. Okay, so this house, let me tell you first before I go tell you everything that it has, because I know not everybody is the buyer for this price range, but this house is listed at $1,075,000. So a cool, refreshing million in Howland, Ohio.
That's awesome.
It is. It is like, so here's what I felt like,
Okay, go ahead.
because, you know.
Listen, just so you know, there are people around here that can afford
Oh,
that.
yes. Yes,
So there's
there are.
plenty of them.
All right, so I pull up, and
Yeah.
in my mind, I start singing the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air song.
That's so funny.
The house is just stunning. It's gorgeous. It's huge. It's really a statement piece. It's got that rounded driveway, and I like
Nice.
pull up to the front door, and I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm here. It's
I
beautiful.
like those driveways.
Oh,
I
yes.
think they're cool.
Yeah.
In any house.
Yes. Attached 4-car garage, of course. Guess how many square feet we are?
How many?
We are. I'm going to tell you that $1,075,000 is only $120 a square foot,
Are you serious?
and there's not a finished basement. The huge open basement, not included in the square footage or price per square foot.
So hold on, that has to be just guesstimating, like
8,700 square feet.
yeah,
Your
like
math
almost,
is way off.
like almost 10,000 square feet.
Yes, 8,700 square feet, and a huge, ginormous, unfinished basement that you could do whatever you want with, and add on some more square feet and everything else.
That's crazy.
Sits on about an acre and a half. on the cul-de-sac, so you've got wide side yards.
Nice.
The back of the house opens up French doors and sliding doors from the mother-in-law suite, from the grand hall, from the living room, dining room, from the dinette. All of that opens onto a back patio, which is huge, has the built-in gas grill, has another lower patio. Then you've got your yard and all that. Inside the home, when you walk in the front doors,
Yeah.
you're seeing dual floating rounded staircases. It's just such a statement piece. It's gorgeous. This was built after, there was a famous design. It was called Masco's House of the 90s. So this is that floor plan. They had to buy these rights to this floor plan.
That is amazing.
2-story grand foyer, 2-story grand,
Is
it's
there-
called the Grand Hall is what the room is called.
Where can we see it?
Okay, so you can find it online at kellysoda.com, but you can also, if you were watching us on the Valley Spotlight every week, which you all should be doing, at 4 p.m. on Sundays, if you have nothing else to do, you want to watch the Valley Spotlight on the WBCB, I always say those initials wrong. And we have our Home Advantage segment, and so there'll be 3 episodes with myself and Mike Case where we're in different places of this house, because while I was
That's
listing
awesome.
it, I know that Mike and Lauren are over there at Avalon, and I'm in this house, and I said to the guy, can I start marketing it right now? Let me call them. So they came over and we started taping right away.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so it was really, the kitchen, Jim,
Yeah.
the sub-zero refrigerator doors for like your pop and your beer, a walk-in pantry, Viking stove,
Okay.
first floor laundry, 2 offices. His office has a coral fireplace.
Ooh.
So really just amazing. First floor, in-law suite, 6 bedrooms, 6 baths.
That's crazy.
I can't tell you enough about this house. So I'm gonna live here. I'm gonna move all of my friends in
Okay.
with me.
So you're just gonna leave me at the last house because you've already told me like we should live in separate houses.
Yes.
So
You know how you always wanted to move to Trumbull County. Here it is. I'm on board. You just
Okay,
gotta find a way to come up with the
finally.
bucks, Jim. Anyway, this is a gorgeous Tuscan feel. It's unique. It's one of a kind. It's stunning, and you want to go online and just ooh and ah over it. You can go to kellysold.com. You can schedule an appointment to see it at 330-717-2689, and you can watch it on the Valley Spotlight. So there you go.
Cool. All right.
Okay, we're gonna have the 3D Matterport tour up on it any day now too, so you can do the whole
That's gonna
walkthrough
be
even
neat.
if you're daydreaming. All right, folks. So we're hoping that everybody has a happy Halloween. We'll update you next week on Jim's costume. All right, thanks for tuning in. As always, you can find us online at kellysold.com. Thanks and have a great day.